Hello, I'm Tina Newberry from Tina Newberry Designs, coming to you today to share with you a fun little project using the Snowy Scenes suite from the Stampin' Up! September to December mini catalog 2024. This suite is adorable. The main bundle is the Snowy Wonder Bundle. You can see it has all these really cute images and big bold greetings. And also the die set, let's see here. Die cuts out some of those images. You could see some of the bigger images here. And then also I love these snow globes. So I haven't had a set that's used snow globes before, so I'm very excited to use these. I'm going to show you in just a minute how they coordinate with the paper. Let me slide these out of the way. The dies that we're going to be using for this project are actually these very tiny, this very pretty snowflake, and then these very tiny snowflakes. I'll show you those in just a second. Let me get this out of the way. We are going to be doing a project that features this paper, and I want to show you all of it, but this is the piece we're going to be using right here. You can tell it's a well-loved piece. This is a well-loved pack of paper, but it has beautiful snowflakes. You know that I love snow from Florida online. Here is one of the pieces in here, some cute scenes, and then here's those snow globes I was telling you about. Those are really fun. And on the back of this piece, it does have more of my favorite snowflakes in the petal pink color. So we have a fun plaid, we have a stripe. On the other side of the stripe is a great holly. We have some Christmas trees. On the back of the Christmas trees are those cute penguins, which you can die cut these with the die cuts. They are compatible. Then we have some candy canes, which I'll be doing something fun with those next. And on the back of that is some houses. So let me get this pack of paper out of the way now that I've shared it with you. And then we can get going on our project today. So one other feature of this suite, or actually two other fun features, are this ribbon, which I'm going to be using today. It is Pool Party, and I love the pom-poms on the edges are just adorable. And then another fun project, if you wanted to make a shaker card or something, you could use these sweet little snowflakes. These are loose snowflakes, and let me see if I can get, there we go. And they're a little pliable, so they're a little squishy. They're not foam, but they're a little bit of a squishy rubber, and so that always makes it so that when you shake them, they don't make a lot of noise, which is kind of nice. So I've got this candy bar here. We're going to be making a project today that features a candy bar. And you can use any candy bar. I had actually this lovely one that my friend Mel brought me back from Ireland this summer. That's the one that I'm going to be using, but I wanted to show you the Hershey's because I want to show you a way that you can customize your project depending on whatever it is you're wrapping. In this case, we're doing a candy bar, but it could be anything else. So I always create a template. So you're just going to get a piece of paper. This is scrap paper. You can tell it's from another project that I did. And you're going to just sort of wrap it around. And kind of, you don't want it to be too tight. So you can see how I have it a little bit loose. But you also don't want it to fall off. So you're going to go ahead and just, what I did is, this was actually longer, and so I just kind of played with it a little bit. I did measure the height of my candy bar so that I started with a strip that was the right size. And then just by trial and error, you can find the size that you need. For this candy bar, I'm going to put the size that I used in the notes so that you have them. But that's kind of how I started, okay? The other thing that you're going to do is, I knew I wanted a band on this, and so I did the same concept. I actually had a wider piece of paper here that I was practicing with, and I decided that I really liked it a little bit smaller, and so I cut it down, and then I end up with this strip right here. So when you're doing this kind of trial and error, one thing that is important I want to show you is you want to make sure that they overlap a little bit. So you can see that mine overlap just about a ½ inch. The point of that is that you want to be able to put some adhesive there. I'm not actually going to attach this to the candy bar because that will make it difficult to get off, but I am going to attach it to itself. And so you want to have a little bit of extra paper that overlaps so that you can do that adhesive part. And then let me show you this without the paper behind it so you can see it a little bit better, but this one also overlaps. And again, these are just templates, so I'm just using these for size. So this one overlaps quite a bit more. It's totally okay. You want to go ahead and have some space to add some adhesive. And this one here is going to be a band that will actually slide off. And so you want to make sure that it is even looser than the paper that you're putting on. Okay, so that's how you can do the same thing with the Hershey bar or whatever it is you're wrapping. But that's how I got my sizing. I wanted to just kind of start there with my template. And so I'm going to go ahead and set those aside and bring in my actual pieces. So let's see here. Remember I said I was going to use that snowflake paper. So here's my piece of snowflake paper. That's exactly the size I need for this project. And you can tell that it's not, I haven't creased it in any way because I don't actually want it to be creased on the edges. I want it to be sort of round. So I'm not going to pinch these edges. I'm just going to leave them the way that they are. And you can see I have a nice overlap here. So I'm really happy with the way this looks. I can pull it a little bit tighter. And so I'm going to secure that in place, and I will use the tear and tape. This is a well-loved roll of tear and tape that's actually on its way out. It's almost gone, but I have another. So this is so nice, you can actually just tear it with your thumb like I just did. You're going to pull the adhesive off. A lot of people like to use take your pick tool to get that adhesive off. Either way, I just use my fingernail. So you're going to just shore this up a little bit. And you want to try to line up your edges. So I'm lining it up right here first before I push it down in the middle. Okay, then you can just give it a nice little push down in the middle. So here's my chocolate bar wrapped. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is you want to get your DSP piece. So I took this pretty garden green is this color that I found when I read the packet of paper. It lists all the colors, and so I found that this was garden green. And again, you want this to sort of wrap around. I'm not doing it too tight. You can see, let's see, there's a little bit of extra, so we want this to be able to slide pretty easily, right? So I'm going to do the same trick right here. Get a piece of tear and tape, tears right off. And this might be a little bit long, so I'm going to make it a little smaller. And I'm going to do the same thing I did. Put it really close to the edge. And then tear this off. This is why people use their poker tool. If you find that it's coming right off, you just need to push it onto your paper a little bit more. You want it to stick to the paper rather than stick to the backer. Here we go. I got it. So again, you're going to want these to line up, so just adjust them until you get them lined up. We don't want it to be too tight. Oops, it moved. This tape is very strong, but if you reposition it immediately, you shouldn't have any trouble. Okay, so here's your basic project. You've got the wrapped chocolate bar, and then you've got your band, okay? So you can do this for any size chocolate bar or any size, anything that you want. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my focal image. So I pre-die cut this piece of garden green cardstock using the Everyday Details dies, which if you haven't seen these dies, these are so fun. So there's multiple sizes of shapes and, rectangles and circles. And then there's these 3 cute little ones here also that you can add. So I use this guy right here. And you can see that it just adds a lovely little border of dots around the edge, which is one of the things I love about this die set. Let's see here. Okay, so this is going to be my focal image, and so this is where I get to have some fun. I have die cut out this cute, which actually I didn't die cut it, I fussy cut this with my scissors out of the Designer Series paper. So you can see that it is this cute little snowman, and it's going to fit right here. And then I also have used some cardstock to die cut out a little tag, which is just slightly wider than my die cut piece of evergreen. So this is sort of what I'm building here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started working on that. You're going to stamp this. So let's go ahead and get out some garden green ink. And the stamp I'm using is called Let It Snow. And I'm very bad. I always put them on crooked. I actually do that intentionally because if I try to straighten it, then it doesn't work. I do a better job of straightening my stamp on the sentiment if I'm not worried about the block, if that makes sense. So here is my cute little sentiment. I will make a mess with this glue, so or ink, so I'm gonna close that up. And I'm just starting to get all the little pieces together. I am gonna use some ribbon here. My ribbon is adorable. I chose this garden green specifically so that my ribbon would show up so cute on here. And this piece is not large enough, but I am gonna have a larger piece where I will tie a bow right here. It's gonna be so cute. And then other little fun things I'm gonna do to decorate this up is, remember those snowflakes I was telling you about? So Stampin' Up has a product that is called adhesive sheets. And this is a very well-loved pack of adhesive sheets, and these are amazing. So I just cut off a little piece right here, and how it works is there are little lines where you can peel off the backer and then put this sticky part on the back of your cardstock before you die cut. And so I did that right here, and it's a little difficult to see because it's white on white, but you can see right here there is a variation. There is sticker sheet right here, and it runs all the way across right here. And so my adhesive sheets has been attached all the back of here. Then I run this through the die cutting machine, and what it actually makes is stickers. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to take our die cut pieces and attach them here. We're going to put all of this together, and I've done this off camera for you just to speed things up. So here is my finished belly band, and you can see that I used Stampin' Dimensionals to attach it to the band. I did use a little bit of a glue dot to hold this ribbon on, and I tied this very big bow. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to add our snow globe, and I need some dimensionals for that, which I have here. They are. So I'm going to put like 3 dimensionals on the back of the snow globe, and just peel off the pieces. You can see where I put those snowflakes on here already. I had placed this snow globe where I wanted it, and I wanted those snowflakes to be sort of in the back, which is where they are. Okay, so here's my finished band. We're going to go ahead and slide that on. Remember, you want it to be a little bit loose so you can slide it right on. And I'm going to finish this off with a little bling. So I have the iridescent faceted gems, which I just love. Look at the sparkle on them, which reminds me of snowflakes. So I am going to use my take your pick tool. I'm going to use the putty end, and I'm going to attach a few little snowflakes to this piece. And I'm actually loving these. I'm going to stick them, because my belly band is loose enough, I can actually go ahead and add them to the Designer Series paper as well, which kind of extends the fun of our focal image a little bit. Let's get one more. I'm going to put it right here. I think right there, actually, because I want to offset this bow a little bit. Well, now if I move the bow, I have more room for more bling. Yay! There we go. So here is our finished project. And again, you can make this for any size chocolate bar, or if you want to wrap something else, it's very simple and easy. I'll put all the instructions for you in the description.